Right, let's hear from a world champion who's making an eagerly awaited return to the ring next month. It's the Source, Lawrence Okolie. Lawrence, great to see you. I mean, we are jealous. Gary and I are sat here, and I'm not going to sort of beat around the bush. I know where I'd rather be, and it's where you are. So tell us where you are and how your preparations are going.
I'm in Florida at the moment. I'm just looking over. There's a nice canal outside. I go and just meditate in the mornings. It's warm. Yeah, it's all good.
All roads lead to the 25th against David Light. Changes in the camp for this one. So we can now talk about your new relationship with trainer Sugar Hill. How did that come about and how has it been so far?
Yeah, it's been well really good so far. I'm just more nervous that I'm able to execute what we've been doing in the gym on fight night. Obviously, I believe in myself and my mental ability, but it's just he's like a perfectionist or a Mister. Everything you know is good. I like what you do. I see what you're trying to do, but I'm trying to make you do it more effectively. So there's times where I'm sparring and I'm thinking I'm doing I really think I'm doing my thing. And okay, stop, no, come on. When you do this, this is the reaction in the opponent. When you do that, it's all fun. We're not here to have fun. We're here to really execute on someone. So it's really, I really like it. You know, we film a lot of it. I watch it back over. It's a real like learning experience. How we got into it is obviously, you know, with the year that I've been out of the ring, I've been bouncing around trying to find, you know, the right kind of fit. Obviously I've, you know, had a lot of stuff going on outside of the ring. So, you know, once I got working with him, I realized that he kind of gets my style and I can see what he's adding and can add into the future. Obviously, this is fight one. It's only been a couple months, but I'm interested in fight two, fight three, you know, a year down the line, 2 years down the line. Because I still feel like I'm still learning every day in the gym. I'm still getting physically stronger. I'm still getting more like experience. So all good.
Can I ask you about Sugar Hill and the Crunk sort of mentality? Has that rubbed off on you at all? Obviously, the Crunk gym and the Crunk way of life and the Crunk mentality was, you used the word execute there. It was execute your punches and let's not mess around. If the guy can be taken out, let's take him out. Let's punch with violence and ferocity. And it was a way of life as well. Has that rubbed off on you at all?
It's coming slowly. It's coming slowly. Like obviously, I'm already like they said to me yesterday is that, you know, obviously from watching me spar and some of my fights, that I'm a natural puncher, but they're trying to turn me into a true puncher, and I got goosebumps. You know,
Yes.
all up my arm. I said, "A true puncher? I like that." So I'm looking forward to it. I think it is a lot about mindset. It is, you know, because
Yeah.
I've got all of these physical attributes. I've managed to get to the world title kind of not saying easily because I put in a lot of work, but it's kind of just been like I don't think there's a fight that we can look at where we said we weren't sure when the decision was made or I've stopped them where it's like we don't know who's won. It's a tough one. Lawrence or the other guy. It's always just been like, oh yeah, Lawrence won that one. Whether it was the most amazing KO, whether it was a hug for whatever it was, Okolie won easy. Where now it's like, so sometimes you get into the mindset of like, I get into the ring and I'm very present. So I'm just like, you know, I'm just going to win. Okay, I've taken that away from him. Okay, I've done this, I've done that. Where now, even in sparring, as I said, it's like there's another layer of like, I know I do stuff off of a lot of instinct, a lot of like tactics, but then it's like taking it to the split seconds of like why I'm doing this. So before I used to throw a jab just because like, where now it's like, okay, where am I throwing a jab to? Why am I throwing it there?
Yeah.
What I'm thinking a few steps ahead. And because of the fact that I'm tall, athletic, quite intelligent, if I can say that myself, there's stuff that I'm able to do to like, you know, slow it down and get that shot off. Because I only need to really land once or twice clean to start like a sort of KO ratio, a KO going. So it's like the mindset in the constant is very. I want an early night. Just get him out of it.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, okay, let me think. So we're just adding a little bit more of that, not to the point where I'm going to take crazy risks, but I know I can execute this and I'm going to get the job done. So, you know, I look forward to it. This is only, like I said, camp one, but I look forward to dealing with this one and then the camps that come after. I still feel like there's so much more for me to learn, but I've got decent enough understanding that I can beat most guys just, range and like being and them not really landing. Like even in my career so far, I think you'd be hard pressed to find like 5, 6, 7 good punches that you've seen anyone land. Like definitely not one person in a fight. So I'm doing something right, but I just think him trying to close the range down on me. I think I've got some nice new tricks that I'm going to be practicing in the ring with that. And then secondly, I think, honestly speaking, with my physical strength, if you do actually come on the inside, it's not like you're going to be able to dash me up on the inside. You've never seen me do it. I've had, people in camp that are trying, i.e. Brandon Glanton, who's, that's his whole game plan. I've had Babbage, during Christmas time, round after round, and that's so I've been working. So I look forward to
So is it safe to say that you've been working kind of more on clever pressure behind your jab?
Oh, that's a good breakdown. That's how I know you're a great coach.
Thanks, man.
But yeah, no, I think so. I think a lot of times like you have to kind of show people, and it's not always with punches that you're boss in the ring. I'm very like outside of the ring. I like to believe I'm quite calm and like la di da and oh yes, hey everyone, ha ha. But then in there, not that there's a flip switch. I'm the same person, but I'm allowed to kind of just enter into that other like energy. Do you know what I mean? Of like, okay, there's that guy. He stands in the way with me, and the next bit of money, the next title, and I'm not having it. And I'm looking over and I'm just like, all right, cool. Where but then sometimes I get carried away thinking it's this coming over. That's what it's like.
Rather than setting it up with the left hand.
They're setting up with the left hand, the thing is, I can really
famous.
oh yeah, you're on one today. I don't want to say too much.
Gary bought his A game. I'm sat here laughing to myself because you're talking about the laid-back guy that you are outside the ropes. That is absolutely the Lawrence Okolie that I know. So you can imagine all of our surprise when we flicked on our phones after the Creed 3 premiere and saw you and Richard Riakporhe sort of reenacting your own Rocky film.
Your mother would not have been happy, young man.
I've heard Richard's side of the story on TalkSport. So what is your recollection of how that came to be?
I haven't actually heard what he said. I want to know actually, what did he say happened? I'm very interested.
He said that he was having a conversation and then you entered his space and started talking and he saw red. So you can't just say, yeah, I agree with him. What happened? So did you gate crash his conversation?
To be 100% honest, yes. But if I'm going to be honest, I did, because obviously I saw him enter into the place. I remember we did this whole me and him have known each other for a long, long time outside of the ring. I remember during the Chamberlain build-up, he's in the ring with Chamberlain. I remember, I know what side he's always been on. He's not on my side. He's not my friend. He's not my guy. And then you call me out. You said like little stuff. I might not get into right now, but little things and little like energies of like, yo, like as if. Like, obviously, look, I'm a world champion and maybe I should put myself on a higher pedestal. But at the end of the day, this guy's in my country talking like non-stop. Oh, yeah, I would smoke Lawrence and sit. I get these tweets, I get these messages, I get these things, and I get people coming up to me. So then I see him in person. I think to myself, isn't this the same guy that's been saying all this stuff about me online? Oh, I'm here. I've just watched the boxing film. I'm pumped. Great film, by the way. I'm thinking, you know what? Let me just not that type of punch up, but let me just see because when we did this thing on Sky Sports News, I wasn't getting the energy that this guy really wanted to fight. And same thing I said with Chamberlain, with Matty Yaskin, with Luke Watkins, with all these guys. If you say my name, like we have to kind of go, right?
So what did you say to him?
I said exactly that. I just walked up to him and obviously I don't want to cut like it's the reality. Like not that me and him like I hate him or nothing, but I just walked up to him. I just said, "Hey mate, you're right." He's like, yeah. And he was kind of shocked that I walked up to him, and I just said like, "Yo, like you've been calling me out, etc., etc. I'm here like live in the flesh. Like obviously I need to handle my business, but do you want to do this or what's going on?" Like He's like, yeah, no, I have been calling you out. Like, I'm here. And then I could see him getting really like pumped up. And I was thinking, what's wrong with this guy? Like, just like, relax, bro. Man's just trying to have a conversation. Then I agree. He saw red, pushed me. It turned into like a whole ruckus. And you know, where I didn't walk up to him with the idea of having a fight. I walked up with him, I'm not going to lie, to kind of just, you know, egg him on a bit, to say, like, let's make it happen. And then it turned into what it turned into. But
Creed 4.
No, but it's just good, like, that it didn't turn into a real punch up, like, because obviously, you know, it's not good for the sport and stuff like that. But it's just like, I do understand, you know, boxers shouldn't really be, maybe like it's a lesson learned for myself, not to just walk up to someone like and just be like, yo, like this, that, and other. But at the same time, like, the reality is I take stuff personally. Like, as much as I'm a professional, it's like, if you call me out and you're from my city, not even my country, from my city, it's like, when I see you, I'm going to have a word and see, like, do you really want to do it or not?
Gary and I did the Sky Sports News segment. It's interesting you bring that up. You actually sort of switched it on him and said, call me out now. I want to hear a definite call out. Do you feel that you got that?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, if someone puts their hands on you, I guess it's as close to probably even more than a call out, to be honest. So I left and I was happy. I was smiling. I jumped on a plane happy all the way back to camp, saying, yeah, I'm going to knock out David Light and then Richard's going to get in next. It's just what it is. Like, for me, let's make these things happen. Like, throughout my whole career, like, I've never once, like, tried to let a fight linger. I won a world title and I was like, unification, let's do it. No one wants to do it. So Richard's finally, you know, at his age and stage, thinks he's ready for a world title shot, and he thinks he can beat me, then let's do it. Let's not wait 2 years and let it build and see each other at Creed 4 and roll around again, and then like, just...
Yeah, don't be Errol Spence and Crawford. Let's get it done.
This is it. And it's like, yo, he's a good fighter. Like,
he's improved. Richard has really improved. It's going to be a really good fight.
He's ranked top 5 in the world, like top 4 in every, like, he's good. Like, it's like, yeah. And the reality is, it's not like,
because I'm sure you'll agree his body of work is very good. If you look at ranked contenders, his body of work over the last 2 years has been as good as any out there.
Yeah, of course. Like, yeah. I'm not here saying he's rubbish. I'm saying, like, to be honest, some people might even call me crazy for even offering to give this guy a voluntary shot. Like, there's so many other people I could, like, obviously, I'm not trying to overlook David Light, but I expect to knock that guy out. I'll be honest with you, at least win a convincing decision. So I'll just talk about Richard for a second longer. And I just think, like, it's more so about my mindset and where I want to go and where I expect to go and what I believe of myself. Like, it's like, no one really gives people like Richard opportunities, like, without them being mandatory, because, you know, he's a tall guy, good boxing fundamentals, good jab, you know, sets up the right hand very well off of his left hand, off of his positions. Like, he's like good at sort of controlling people with, like, where he puts his arm, whether it's on the shoulder, whether it's this, whips it up, whips a good right hand, left hook to the body. Like, he's got a lot of stuff that you got to be, you know, wary of. Although I do have an idea of what I would kind of do, which I'm not... Anyway, it'll be like I said.
Yeah, he nearly said it, Gary. He nearly said it. You can say it. You're amongst friends here.
No, it's just like, at the end of the day, like, I'm not, like, I look at fighters and I know what I have to do to beat them. With Richard, I know exactly what I have to do. Like, it's pretty straightforward exactly what I have to do. Doing it is not so straightforward because you have to go in the ring and actually make it happen. But it's like I'm in there with, like, the attributes he has. I have a lot of those attributes, if not better. And then I've seen it a million times before, like, in terms of, like, big guys, big strong punchers, good boxers, this, that, and that. It's like, the difference is when you hear people talk about fighting or sparring me versus people like Richard, it's two different. It's although we have a lot of similarities, it's two different experiences. One is he's a big puncher. Oh man, he's so low. The other one is like, oh my God, he was so, I couldn't land anything. He's so physically strong, and so we'll see which one matters if we make it to the ring together.
Finally, before I let you go, because you've got a busy day ahead of training, I don't know if you've exchanged messages with him, but have you got a message for Richard now after all of that?
No. I mean, actually, no, not really, to be honest, because I don't know if he even wants to fight me next still. So until I've beaten David Light, if he's there and he wants, and he's up for doing it next, then I have a message for him. But as for now, David Light, I apologize that you're going to be the first one in the new Crunk style that I've got. Hopefully I'm able to execute, not just for myself, but for the Crunk's gym. And for my fans, the people that have actually stuck by and said, yo, we want to see the champ back in the ring and whatever else. I want to show you that I haven't wasted a year. I've been training and working and stuff. So,
one more question: are you going to wear the fabulous Crunk colours?
I don't think so. I think it's too soon. I might put a little bit of it in there, but I think it's a bit too soon.
Yeah, put a little bit on there, man. Come on.
No, of course, I think just like then there, I actually really like Sugar and I like all their fighters, but I don't think I'll do the whole outfit. But definitely.
Now, personally, right, if I was your stylist, right, I would make you pay homage to a guy that not a lot of people talk about now, Tommy Hearns. So just put a little TH on the shorts, innit?
Short. He's ready to go. I think it's a tough one because I just think I'm a little bit nervous. As I said to you earlier, there's a complete package that I can see us working towards, and I can see the trends like week by week by week. It's getting closer. Obviously, it's a longer process, but I kind of don't want to. I don't want to do it until I'm really like. Because I have a vision of myself, am I talking too much? I feel like I'm
No. Listen, you're on the other side of the world, and we haven't had a chance to catch up with you. So, this is great for us.
So I have a vision of myself, and for a long time, I haven't been able to get it out. I just haven't. I've been able to get out wins. I've been able to be athletic, knock people out, win points decisions against everyone and anyone that I come up against. But I watched the Tommy Hearns, I watched the Lennox Lewis's, and I just said, isn't that what I'm meant to be like?
Yes.
And it's just not there. And it's like, and it upsets me. It does, because I watch certain fights and I just say, gosh, that was great. I knocked the guy out, but it didn't look like how I wanted to. Or it went 12 and it just, something's missing. Something's missing. And I'm hoping that this is the bit that's missing. Just these little positions, these little mindsets that are going to make a difference when I can watch myself back and say, yes. Like I'm what I see in myself up here is showing on fight day. In the gym, I'm excellent. Like I can't lie. I watch videos of myself sparring and whatever else. I am unbelievable. But I just think on fight day, we need to execute the same stuff. So I look forward to it. So once I've done it a couple times and I can say, hey, Sugar, can I
would you mind?
Then I might.
Listen, it's been brilliant catching up with you. I'm going to steal a phrase from my colleague Matt Hills at Boxer. He said, the same old sauce, this time with a little bit more sugar.
Wow, well played.
There you go. We're having that. You can have that one.
Well played.
It's been great catching up with you. Look forward to you. Safe travels and good luck with the rest of your camp. We can't wait for March 25th.
Me too.
Lawrence,
Thank you.
Take care.
See you then, bro.